Republic TV has accessed the order copy. Another one from Madhya Pradesh, where the Congress MLA's son has been booked for attempting to run over the police there. And in the next half an hour, we'll also give you information about the increase in the dog menace cases in the country. Massive protests also taking place in Odisha over the death of a student. And finally, it is West Bengal Chief Minister versus the Election Commission of India. These are the top 6 stories that we're tracking for you this evening. Let's get started. Well, starting with the shocking hit and run case that has come to the fore from Punjab. And, as far as the legendary marathon runner Fauja Singh is concerned, he has lost his life after being hit by a speeding car. And the FIR reveals that instead of taking him to the hospital, the driver fled the scene. The accused, Amritpal Fhillon, has now been arrested. He's a 30-year-old NRI and he had just come back from Canada. He has now been arrested by the police. The family now demands justice and strict punishment for the accused. Listen into the family told Republic TV.
बहुत ही दुख की घड़ी है। 114 साल की उम्र में फौजा सिंह की हिट एंड रन केस में डेथ हो जाती है। जानना चाहेंगे उस दिन हुआ क्या था, दोपहर कितने बजे आपके पिताजी है वो घर से निकले थे?
हाँ जी सर, दोपहर 3 बजे के बाद ना, मतलब 3 बजे तो बाद मैं भी घर ही सगा। मैं 3 बजे निकलिया घरों, वो मेरे तो 5 मिनट बाद 5-6 मिनट बाद घरों निकलिया, कैमरिਆਂ 'ਚ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੀ ਲੇਬਰ ਲੱਗੀ ਸੀ। ਉਹਦਾ ਰੋਡ ਤੇ ਉਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਘੱਟੇ ਹੀ ਸੀ, ਪਿੰਡ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ, ਉਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਚੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਦੇਖਣ, ਢਾਬਾ ਵੀ ਆ ਸਾਡਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਉਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਚੱਲ ਗਿਆ। 3:13-14 ਮਿੰਟ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਹਾਦਸਾ ਵਾਪਰ ਗਿਆ ਜੀ। ਉਹ ਗੱਡੀ ਵਾਲਾ ਹਿੱਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਜੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਚਲਾ ਗਿਆ। ਫਿਰ ਕੁਦਰਤੀ ਮਗਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਕਜ਼ਨ ਸੀਗੇ ਉੱਥੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਚੱਕ ਕੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਜੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਨੂੰ ਹਸਪੀਟਲ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਇਆ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਕੀਤਾ, ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਜਾਂਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇੰਜਰਡ ਸੀਗੇ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ 'ਚ ਸੱਟ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੋ ਸੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਸਲੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਫ੍ਰੈਕਚਰ ਸੀ। ਉਹ ਇੰਨੀ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਨਾਲ ਉਸ ਗੱਡੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੱਗੇ, ਦੇਖਣ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਵੀ 7-8 ਫੁੱਟ ਉੱਪਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਦੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਦੇ ਭੁੜਕ ਕੇ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਬੰਪਰ 'ਚ ਲੱਗੇ। ਤਾਂ ਫੇਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਦੇਖੋ ਵੀ ਐਡਾ 114 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਫੇਰ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਬੱਚਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਜਵਾਨ ਹੋਵੇ, ਕੁਛ ਵੀ ਹੋਵੇ, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਘੱਟ ਚਾਂਸ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਬਚਣ ਦੇ।
And for more on this, let me go across to my colleague Lalit, who's been tracking this story very closely. Lalit, what is more shocking here is what the police has said, that instead of stopping there and helping Fauja Singh, he just fled away from the spot. Firstly, tell us what the family members are saying and then how the investigation is proceeding in this entire case.
If you talk about this whole case, the accused 26-year-old Amritpal Fhillon has been arrested by the Jalandhar police, and today he was presented and produced in the court, from where he has been sent into the 14 days judicial remand. So now he would be in the jail for the next 14 days. But if you talk about the investigation part, what the family of Fauja Singh are saying is that as a senior citizen on the humanitarian grounds, if he has met with the accident accidentally, he should have waited there. He should have picked up the person who has been hit. It was Fauja Singh, so today the case is so big. But if it has been some other person, he might have easily evaded from the law. So very clearly what the family members of Fauja Singh are saying, that he should be punished for what he has done. Already under 2 sections of BNS, a case has been registered. One section which has been applied, it is a non-bailable warrant. It is BNS 105, culpable homicide, under which he has been arrested and he has been sent to 14 days judicial remand. So in the 30 hours, the Punjab police have cracked and solved the case, as the Fortuner car, some parts police got, and also the CCTV footage were investigated, and after that the 26-year-old NRI who had just come from Canada some days before, now he has been arrested by the Punjab police.
Absolutely, Lalit. It's so shameful that he did not stop and help the 114-year-old Fauja Singh. It could have saved his life. Thank you so much for all the details. Keep tracking those stories very closely. Now, shifting our focus from Punjab to Maharashtra, as far as the Pune Porsche case is concerned, in a major setback to police, the Juvenile Justice Board has declared that a teenage boy who, remember, was involved in the sensational Porsche car crash case of Pune in May 2024 would be treated as a minor. Now, remember, the Pune police had filed a plea stating that the accused should be tried as an adult, as he not only committed the heinous crime but also tampered with the evidence. But now Republic TV has accessed the order copy of JJB, which called the crime serious but not heinous. Let me read out what has been stated in the JJB order. Such offences, which definitely are serious, may be more than serious offences, even if they are not heinous offences. And this is what has been mentioned in the JJB order that has been mentioned by the JJB. Remember, JJB had asked this accused to write a 300-word essay on the road safety that had triggered public outrage, and yet again he has been granted relief. All this in crux mean that the accused will be let off the charges with minimal punishment. Let me now go across to Special Public Prosecutor Shishir Hire. Thank you so much for speaking to Republic TV. Sir, I want to ask you, how do you look at the case now that this accused will be tried as a minor and not as the adult? Because many are saying that now he will be let off the charges without much of the punishment in this case. Do you think there needs to be a change in the Juvenile Justice Act? All right, we'll try and reconnect that line with Special Public Prosecutor Shishir Hire, who will in fact give us more clarity on the story. But as far as the Pune Hit and Run case is concerned, Republic TV now has the order copy, which goes on to say that such offences, which definitely are serious or maybe more than serious offences, even if they are not heinous offences. In fact, the Pune police has said that the minor should be tried as an adult and not as a minor because of the intensity of the case and also the charges against him. All right, so as you can see in the visuals, there is the accused who is currently out on bail. Remember, when he was granted bail last year, he was asked to write a 300-word essay, and there was a national outrage over this. And now the JJB, that is the Juvenile Justice Board, has said that he will be tried as a minor and not as an accused, as an adult. And many are saying that this would mean that he would be let off the charges without much punishment. Now let's tell you about another hit and run case that is coming from Madhya Pradesh. A Congress MLA's son in Madhya Pradesh has been booked for trying to run over a police constable, and the incident took place during late night patrolling in Ali Rajpur district in Madhya Pradesh. But what's even more shocking is the response that has come in from his mother, a sitting MLA. She's come out in his defense. Listen in to what she said. In fact, we will play out what the mother of this accused has said as far as this case is concerned. She has defended and only went on to call this a normal incident. But we are learning that accused in this case is absconding. He's on the run and the police is looking out for him. But there in the visuals, you can see that how this man drives car into the two policemen who were standing during the night patrolling. Let me go across to my colleague Satya Vijay, who joins us live on the broadcast with more details. Satya Vijay, tell us, कहाँ क्या अभी पुलिस इस चीज पे क्या बोल रही है, क्योंकि हमें पता चल रहा है कि इसमें जो एक्यूज है, जो कार में बैठा है आदमी, वो अभी एब्सकॉन्डिंग है. पुलिस इस पे क्या कह रही है?
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल. देखिए, अलीराजपुर में जो घटनाक्रम हुआ है, जहां पर कि विधायक, कांग्रेस विधायक सेना पटेल के बेटे ने जिस तरह से पुलिसकर्मियों को कुचलने की कोशिश की, उस मामले में एक तरफ तो सियासत शुरू हो गई है, दूसरी तरफ बात करें तो आरोपी जो युवक है पुष्पराज, जो कि विधायक का बेटा है, वो अभी फरार चल रहा है. पुलिस ने इस मामले में 307 यानी कि आत्महत्या की कोशिश का प्रकरण दर्ज किया है. साथ ही साथ शासकीय संपत्ति को नुकसान पहुंचाने का मामला भी दर्ज किया है. इस मामले में आरोपी को पकड़ने के लिए टीमें बना दी गई है, लेकिन आरोपी फरार है. वहीं दूसरी तरफ इसमें सेना पटेल, जो कि कांग्रेस से जोवट सीट से विधायक हैं, उनके अपने तर्क है. उनका कहना है कि राजनीति से प्रेरित होकर उनके बेटे को फंसाने की कोशिश की जा रही है. ये एक सामान्य दुर्घटना है. लेकिन आप फुटेज देख सकते हैं. फुटेज में साफ तौर पर आपको दिखेगा कि किस तरह से एक युवक बड़ी कार से आता है, उसकी गाड़ी में नंबर नहीं होता है. पुलिसकर्मी जो वहां पर मौजूद थे, जिन्होंने अपनी कूद कर जान बचाई, वो उसे रुकने के लिए हाथ देते हैं, इशारा करते हैं, लेकिन वो रुकने की जगह उन्हें कुचलने की कोशिश करता है और इसीलिए मामला गंभीर हो जाता है. भले ही पुष्पराज की मां, जो कि कांग्रेस से विधायक है, वो तमाम दलीलें दे रही है. उनका कहना है कि मुख्यमंत्री को पत्र लिखा है. उनका यह भी कहना है कि विधानसभा में इस मुद्दे को उठाएंगे. उनका यह भी कहना है कि राजनीति से प्रेरित होकर पुलिस उनके बेटे को फंसा रही है. लेकिन तस्वीरें झूठ नहीं बोलती. सीसीटीवी फुटेज में ये साफ तौर पर दिख रहा है कि किस तरह से वो बेखौफ होकर पुलिसकर्मियों को कुचलने की कोशिश कर रहा है और अब वो फरार है. पुलिस की आंख में धूल झोंक रहा है, लेकिन पुलिस का दावा है कि जल्द उसे अरेस्ट कर लिया जाएगा.
Absolutely. So this is as far as the MP hit and run case is concerned. In fact, he's the son of a Congress MLA. Listen into what she said.
मेरा बच्चा किसी को छोड़ने जा रहा था और गाड़ी नहीं कटी, थोड़ा सा डिवाइडर से वो टच हो गया ना, टकरा गया. ठीक है, तो उसके ऊपर 307 की धारा लगा दी. तो थोड़ा सा एक्सीडेंट, गाड़ी कटी नहीं, डिवाइडर पे जाके टकरा गए है, थोड़ा सा खंबे पे टकराए है. तो इसमें हत्या जैसा तो कोई मामला ही नहीं था. लेकिन मेरे बच्चे के ऊपर, मेरे बेटे के ऊपर हत्या वाला 307 की धारा लगाई. तो मैं इसकी घोर निंदा करती हूँ. ये मध्य प्रदेश की सरकार और मध्य प्रदेश के ये जितने भी प्रशासन है, वो पूरे रीति नीति नियम सबसे हटकर काम कर रहे हैं और ये कहीं न कहीं हमारे कांग्रेस के जो जितने भी विधायक हैं, उन सबके पीछे पड़े हुए हैं.
Now shifting our focus, streets are turning into battle zones. Stray dog attacks are surging nationwide. There have been 22 lakh bites cases this year alone. 48 people have lost their life and most of them children. The Supreme Court, in fact, yesterday slammed the system, asking the common man why the common man has to risk life just to cycle or walk in his own neighborhood. Several cases have come to the fore from different parts of the country. Stray dog attacks, as far as there have been an attack on a 9-year-old girl in Chitradurga in Karnataka, and in fact we'll show you more visuals of several attacks that have taken place across the country. Let me go across to my colleague Riyanka, who joins us live from the national capital. Riyanka, tell us about the Delhi NCR region, because we're learning as far as Gautam Budh Nagar, that is the Noida region, is concerned, there's been a surge in cases there as well. Give us more details.
As we know that the dog attack cases and the dog menace has been going around for a very, very long time, and this particular year there has been increase in the dog attacks. And right now I'm standing outside one of the super tech societies where there has been a dog menace, and I went inside and I spoke to the residents who continue to say that there is no accountability that is being taken by the authorities. There is nobody to draw out a policy. In fact, I have seen security guards moving with big sticks. This attempt has been taken by the residents so that they are safe, and then there is no dog attack. In fact, one of the residents' child was attacked by a dog a few days ago. What they also told us that there are some dog lovers who threaten and call them to not make this public and not protest against the dog. But the people here are very upset. They are angry also, given the fact that they are not even able to go out for normal walks in the society. So they question accountability. They question question the fact that who will be responsible for the safety of the residents. In fact, not just in Noida, but many areas in Ghaziabad, in Delhi as well, there have been an increase in dog attacks. Children are being attacked, elderly people are being attacked. One of a resident in a nearby society literally fell from the first floor railing trying to escape a dog attack. So situation is quite worse, but no accountability at the moment taken.
Absolutely, Ranka. Keep tracking those details and we'll keep coming back to you for more on this. Now, shifting our focus to Odisha, the anger is raging over Balasur self-immolation horror. The BJD cadres have hit the streets in Bhubaneswar outside the Vidhan Sabha, followed by a massive face-off with the police officials there. And this took place outside the Odisha Assembly today afternoon. Here's a detailed report. The streets of Bhubaneswar in Odisha witnessed massive protest over the Balasur self-immolation case. Biju Janata Dal hit the streets in staged protest outside the assembly. Odisha police resorted to water cannons to disperse the agitated BJD cadres. Apart from protesting outside Vidhan Sabha, the Biju Janata Dal also observed a Balasur Bandh in protest over the student's death by self-immolation.
आज बीजेडी रास्ते पे आ चुका है। बालासर में आज पूरे बीजेडी सुबह 6 बजे से दोपहर 2 बजे तक पूरा बालासर को बंद किया गया है। बालासर में स्ट्राइक किया गया है। रास्ते के अंदर टायर जलाकर वो विक्षोभ प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं। और वैसे ही भुवनेश्वर में है, आज जब भुवनेश्वर में भी बीजू जनता दल रास्ते के अंदर प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं। ये अभी एक ऐसा मामला है कि जैसे अभी विरोधी पूरे ये मामला को गंभीर के रूप में ले रहे हैं और वो राजनीतिक की हलचल अभी पूरा उड़ीसा में एक बिगड़ चुका है। वो विरोधी अभी पूरे आरोप सरकार के ऊपर लगा रहे हैं। आखिरकार कैसे हुआ ये घटना, इसको क्यों सरकार इसको गंभीरता के साथ नहीं लिया था।
The public outcry followed the 20-year-old student succumbing to her injuries after self-immolation attempt on Monday. She set herself on fire on campus at the Fakir Mohan College. It was due to inaction from principal and internal committee on sexual harassment allegation filed against the professor. The woman sustained 90% burn injuries and died at AIIMS Bhubaneswar on Monday night. Her father has claimed that repeated complaints of sexual harassment went unaddressed by the principal and college authorities, following which she took a drastic step. Now shifting our focus to West Bengal, the Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has said that her party will oppose the Election Commission's special intensive revision of the electoral vote tooth and nail if it is carried out in the TMC ruled state, where state assembly elections are scheduled next year. Now the TMC chief also said that the Bharatiya Janata Party has plans to remove the names from Bengal's voter list. She further stated that I respect Election Commission, but if someone does dalali of the Bharatiya Janata Party, I will object to it. They've removed 30 lakh voters from Bihar. That's how BJP won in Maharashtra. So this is in fact a big statement that has come in from in fact the Chief Minister of West Bengal. She is hit out at the Election Commission of India. For more on this, let me go across to Sri Rupa Mitra Chaudhary, West Bengal MLA and Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson as well. Thank you so much for speaking to Republic TV. How do you see the statement that has come in from Mamata Banerjee? She has said that she will oppose if a similar revision of a voter list that is being done in Bihar is done in West Bengal ahead of the election. She is hit out at the Bharatiya Janata Party as well. What do you have to say on this?
Mamata Banerjee is very efficient in saying all these things because she is known to be opposing all the constitutional authorities whichever exist in India. And we have seen her that she is very smart when it comes to voting. She knows how to loot the votes and how to oppose the voters to come to the voting station. And now we have, from the BJP, we have filed 17 lakh voters who are duplicate names to the election commission, not once but twice. So she knows that she is in a trouble, and she definitely wants to stop that. And we want that this kind of attempt which she makes this time, we are not going to allow her to do that. And in 2005, what she did in the Lok Sabha, in the parliament, she herself opposed this, and she said that at that time, there are too many infiltrators, and I have the voter list of Bangladeshi, I have the voter list of India in Bengalis in my hand. Where is that list of the Bangladeshis in her hand? It's 20 years past, and she's changed her stance because she has to win by hook and crook, no matter whether the common man is able to cast the franchise in the way that it should be. She goes all out and she calls anyone dalal. Can you imagine the word coming out from the chief minister of a state? She calls somebody a dalal of BJP going to the election commission. BJP is the largest political party in the world, and we have more than 16 crores members, and she is a regional party. She calls us dalal. This kind of language, we oppose her stance, and we definitely want to see that the voter list is cleaned up, and we want to see that the people of Bengal this time, they are able to cast their franchise in a correct manner.
Absolutely. And other than this, she's also said that this is how the Bharatiya Janata Party won the elections in the state of Maharashtra, something that she's been repeating again and again. This is how they're going to win in Bihar and then in West Bengal. A major charge that has come in from West Bengal Chief Minister as far as upcoming elections there is concerned.
She lies left, right, and center. We have seen her lying all the time and trying to change the narrative, which is the right kind of narrative. She will change that. She will call the truth the lie and lie the truth. She is habitual on her case. And we have seen she's calling out for Maharashtra. She's talking about Bihar, and she's not concerned about her own voters. Daily, we have been seeing how many fake identity people holding voter cards which are made by her government. We are seeing every time in every state there are police in action catching the people, and they are all supposed to be made the voter card and the Aadhaar card with her government, TMC rule government. She runs a fake show, and the entire thing which she is running in West Bengal is against all the ethics, principle, and morality. She does not have the right to continue as the chief minister, as the head of the state. I call upon her that please resign, come down, quit the government, and we must allow the common man to cast the vote peacefully. Have you ever seen any other state where the violence takes place, the magnitude of the violence, the depth of the violence which happens in West Bengal daily? Yesterday we saw a Republic Bangla journalist, how he was attacked with the blades right at the center of the Kolkata. And why so? Because he is exposing a lot of things which she doesn't like. So we are very, very worried, and we won't allow Mamata Banerjee to flourish in this manner this time. And we are really getting together, and we are calling out, and we are telling people of Bengal that you, for your own sake, you should be able to cast your franchise. Otherwise, this kind of gundagardi, dalali, and all such accusations will continue. These are complete lies.
Absolutely. So Bharatiya Janata Party right there objecting to the language used by the West Bengal Chief Minister. Thank you so much, Shri Rupa Mitra Chaudhary, for speaking to Republic TV. Now listen in to what exactly the West Bengal Chief Minister said today as far as Election Commission is concerned. Listen in.
एक तो इलेक्शन कमीशन बैठे हैं, मैं उसको डिसरेस्पेक्ट नहीं करते हैं, लेकिन अगर कोई बीजेपी दलाली करे तो हम उसको इंसान के लिए हम कहेंगे दलाली मत करना, हम नहीं छोड़ेंगे। मैं बिहार में सुना 30.5 लाख वोट निकाल दिया, ऐसा करके महाराष्ट्र में बीजेपी जीता, नहीं तो नहीं जीतता। दिल्ली में भी ऐसा करके जीता, बिहार में भी ऐसा प्लान कर रहा है, वो भी हमारा भाई बहन है। बंगाल में भी प्लान करना है। हम तो इंच में लड़ाई करेंगे और दिखा देंगे बिना युद्धे 1 इंची जमियो আমরা ছাড়বো না।
And this is all we could pack for you in this bulletin of 6 stories at 6. We'll be back tomorrow with more such stories. Till then, keep watching Republic TV.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना.
The execution of Indian nurse Nimisha Priya, scheduled to be carried out on July 16, 2025 in Yemen, has been postponed. It was only after the intervention of India's Grand Mufti and Sunni leader, Kanthapuram AP Abu Bakr Musliar, officially known as Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad, that Yemen government has ordered the postponement of Nimisha Priya's execution, an order that Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad shared on social media. Nimisha Priya has been on death row since 2018 for the murder of a business partner in 2017. The murder reportedly had made a deep emotional impact not only on the family of Mahdi but also among the community at Dhanmar in Yemen. The family has not agreed to pardon her and neither have they accepted blood money. All hopes were lost for Nimisha Priya. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad intervened. He reached out to the brother of the victim. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad is the 10th Grand Mufti of India and the first Shafi scholar from South India. He is recognized as one of the 500 influential Muslims worldwide by the 500 influential...
The reason we've launched the Nationalist Collective is because we believe it is time now for a group of ideologically driven Indians to drive the destiny of our country. For far too long, people who have had interests inimical to national interest have held sway. We need to put nationalism first, nation first. The Nationalist Collective is a very clear and sharp movement, presents the spirit of a new India which stands by what is right, does what is right, and raises its voice for what is right. Remember, this country is safe only if it is in the hands of nationalists. This country will grow only if nation first becomes our principal motto, where the only ism that matters is nationalism. Join the Nationalist Collective. It is going to be the largest non-political movement in this country.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
The execution of Indian nurse Nimisha Priya, scheduled to be carried out on July 16, 2025 in Yemen, has been postponed. It was only after the intervention of India's Grand Mufti and Sunni leader, Kanthapuram AP Abu Bakr Musliar, officially known as Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad, that Yemen government has ordered the postponement of Nimisha Priya's execution, an order that Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad shared on social media. Nimisha Priya has been on death row since 2018 for the murder of a business partner in 2017. The murder reportedly had made a deep emotional impact not only on the family of Mahdi but also among the community at Dhanmar in Yemen. The family has not agreed to pardon her and neither have they accepted blood money. All hopes were lost for Nimisha Priya. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad intervened. He reached out to the brother of the victim. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad is the 10th Grand Mufti of India and the first Shafi scholar from South India. He is recognized as one of the 500 influential Muslims worldwide by the 500 Influential Muslim magazine published in Jordan. He's also the General Secretary of the All India Islamic Scholars Association. Over 20,000 religious scholars have graduated under his supervision, and he is known as a scholar and peace promoter. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmed made the intervention after an appeal by a few politicians. He reportedly reached out to the brother of the victim through prominent Yemeni Islamic scholar Habib Omar bin Hafiz in a last-ditch effort to seek a reprieve for Nimisha. Sheikh Habib Omar bin Hafiz is a much-respected scholar who is a member of the Yemen Shura Council and a follower of the Sufi order. He entrusted his brother's son, Habib Abdurrahman Ali Mashur, to initiate talks with Mahdi's family. Although the family of the victim has not agreed to a pardon, all hope is not lost for Nimisha Priya.
നമുക്ക് ആലോചിക്കുകയും പ്രവർത്തിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യാമല്ലോ. തെറ്റ് ചെയ്തവരെ ശിക്ഷിക്കുകയോ ശിക്ഷിക്കാതിരിക്കുകയോ അതൊന്നും നമ്മുടെ
Good evening, welcome to Republic TV. I'm Rhythm. Our top focus and look on what's making headlines across the nation.
एक तो इलेक्शन कमीशन बैठे हैं, मैं उसको डिसरेस्पेक्ट नहीं करते हैं, लेकिन अगर कोई बीजेपी दलाली करे तो हम उसको इंसान के लिए हम कहेंगे दलाली मत करना.
Mamata warns Election Commission, says will oppose tooth and nail if EC calls for an electoral roll revision in Bengal. Strain in BJP AIADMK alliance. EPS says alliance with BJP is only for the 2026 assembly polls and there won't be a coalition government in Tamil Nadu after the elections. Republic accesses Juvenile Justice Board order on fatal Pune Porsche case, which led to the death of 2 people. Board calls the crime serious but not heinous enough. Stray dog menace rising in India. A young girl attacked by stray dogs in Chitradurga, Karnataka. And after Congress MLA son car rams into police constable, MLA mother defends son, cries political vendetta. Viewers, our top focus in the Pune Porsche case. Republic TV accesses the order of the Juvenile Justice Board. The JJB decided not to try the 17-year-old boy involved in the crash case as an adult. Despite the severity of the incident, which resulted in the loss of 2 lives, the JJB has determined that the crime, while serious, does not qualify as heinous under the JJ Act. The JJB had to option to conduct a preliminary assessment to determine whether the minor should be tried as an adult or whether he should be seen to be a minor. However, they decided against it and they cited the crime, although serious, does not meet the criteria for a heinous offence. I want to go across to Special Public Prosecutor in this case, Mr. Shishir Hire, who's joining us on the story. Mr. Hire, you're an experienced advocate who understands the law much better than everyone. What prompted, sir, the Juvenile Justice Board to have taken such an action where they say that this crime does not fall in the category of being heinous enough?
Let me clarify a few things before you. That since the inception of the matter, this is our stand, the stand of the prosecution, that this is the most heinous offense that is what occurred. This is not only the heinous offense occurred against the victims, but this is an offense occurred against the society at large also. we were constantly putting the case before before all forums at all level courts that fraud was tried to be played with the judicial administration system, whereby blood samples were changed, favorable CFSL report, chemical analyzers reports were sought to be made on the record. This is what all done by concerns. As far as the accident is concerned, in that particular accident, 2 persons has lost their life. And considering the magnitude and gravity of the matter, the prosecution had applied before honorable court, that is JJB court, that let this particular boy be tried as an adult accused before adult criminal system. However, considering the provisions of the law itself, Honorable KGB has come to the conclusion that yes, this is a serious offense, but this is not an heinous offense as per section 2, subsection 33 of the code. However, I'd like to clarify one thing. If at all you see towards the act itself is having the name that Juvenile Justice Care and Protection. So it's regarding the juvenile offenders. The law is more speaking on the point of care and protection. The time has come where law has to see the gravity of the matter, also the impact of that particular offense on the society at large. This is what required to be seen by the law. But however, as a lawman, I have found certain flaws in the act itself that required to be cured in days to come. But however, I maintain my stand that this is a very, very heinous offense, which needs higher judicial intervention in this particular matter. No doubt from our apex court, Honorable Apex Court has given a judgment of Sheila Mittal's case, where also Honorable Apex Court has shown certain inclination towards reform of this particular act.
But sir, you've also given this particular application where you believe that he should be tried as an adult. In fact, this is also something in which we were waiting an order, but we also need to try and understand from you on the basis of what does the JJB make such an observation that he will only be treated like a minor. We remember last year, sir, when this case came forward, we saw the kind of VVIP treatment that was being given to him, whether it was at the police station where we saw VVIP political netas present there, or whether it was the blood samples that were shockingly changed with the mother of the accused and the person, the minor, who was actually behind the vehicle, behind the wheels of that unregistered Porsche.
I was not aware about the political interference at that particular police station, what you said. But certainly, I have came across, and I am pleading it before the Honorable Court with the strongest possible way, that the mother of this particular CCL, not only the mother of this particular CCL, but the parents of other inmates, those who were in that particular Porsche car at the time of accident, all were in a drunken position, and their parents change the blood sample. They give their own blood sample instead of their own son and our own child. The only intention behind was that to get a nil report, a clear report from CFSL, where a CFSL would have said that there is no alcohol trace in that particular blood sample. This was what the aim of all those persons. And we put it down before the court that this is a heinous offense whereby a cheating was made with honorable courts, and that required to be viewed with a very serious view. Just now, yesterday order was passed. Today I got that particular order. It is in my hand. I'm studying that particular order after having some due deliberation, due discussion with the prosecuting agency, that is Pune Police and Law and Judicial Department of Government of Maharashtra. I will like to prefer an appeal before Honorable Court, Honorable Higher Court. I will certainly say that law will take its own course, and we will not allow anyone to go easily in this particular matter.
Sir, you will be appealing in the higher court in this?
Certainly, I'm thinking on that particular line, but I'm yet to read the entire, because it is bulky judgment. That is what passed by the court. I have to consider the various aspects of the matter, various rulings, and the law itself. But I would like to tell you again that the law itself speaks about the care and protection of children, those who are in conflict with law.
Yes, sir.
So here it is not about giving certain deterrence or punitive treatment to the child in conflict with law, but here it is about the care and protection. Somewhere we are away from the reality of the society, where young boys of 16, 15 years old are trafficking drugs, they're doing serious offenses, and they are now detrimental to the larger interest of the society, and our hands are tied up, where we need to have national deliberation, national discussion on this particular aspect, and to see that a logical end must have been achieved in this particular act.
All right, Shishir Hire, special public prosecutor, who's hinting there's possible that there could be an appeal filed after the entire order has been read. Thank you, Mr. Hire, for joining us. You speak like an expert and you've understood the case, the nuances, the way you spoke with eloquence. You clearly understand that this is a person who needs to, because of the trampling of evidence and maturity and clear intent, the mens rea needs to be tried as an adult. We leave it at that, but we're going to see what happens further in the case. Viewers, the other top focus right now, a 53-year-old woman was arrested on Monday allegedly after her pet dog attacked a resident of a high-rise society in Greater Noida West, causing the woman to fall from a first-floor walkway. The 37-year-old victim sustained a serious spinal fracture in the incident. CCTV footage of the attack that's widely circulated on social media shows the woman walking along the first-floor walkway of Supertech Eco Village when a dog, an Indie breed accompanied by its owner, suddenly lunged at her. Startled, the woman, who was walking close to the boundary wall, appears to lose her balance and falls to the ground below. And I want to go across to the guests who are now joining us live on the story. We have Advocate Sunil Prakash Sharma, lawyer of the stray dog case petitioner. I also want to get a sense from Sunil Sharma, who's joining us live on the story, as to what possible action can finally, Mr. Sharma, be taken in this case.
Basically, this case, earlier the petitioner Nimisha approached Allahabad High Court, where she sought direction for implementation of Rule 20 of Animal Birth Control Rules 2023. This Act has been promulgated with a view that the population of community animals, especially stray dogs, can be controlled. And accordingly, there has to be some system where this conflict of man and dog or community animal can be minimized. And the directions were made to RWA and civil authorities to identify the places and designate it for the feeding point. There has to be identified, a committee has to be formed so that this kind of dogs attack can be minimized. This order, this prayer was not granted by the High Court. That is why we had come to the Supreme Court. Now this matter has been tagged along with a similar matter, which is pending in the Chief Justice Court and likely to be listed on 22nd of July 2025.
All right, it's a particular story. I also want to ask you, the Supreme Court has said, when it comes to questioning the petitioners over the stray dog feedings in Noida, why don't you feed them at home? Because the Supreme Court sharp stand against the petitioner also claimed harassment for feeding stray dogs in Noida. So it's also very clear that the Supreme Court is also asking sharp questions bluntly as to why these dogs cannot be fed at home rather than on the streets, Mr. Sharma.
During course of argument, during course of hearing, there are so many exchanges between exchange of arguments, exchange of ideas, which happens between bench and bar. So it was in a lighter note, the court has mentioned it. Why can't you feed? Why don't you feed in your house? In fact, the court has not passed any direction. Court also is aware it is not possible. If I am a dog lover, if I want to feed dogs in my house, can I take 20 or 30 stray dogs in my house? Will the society will allow me? If I am living in a closed society, the RW will permit me? No. It is not possible.
But the court has also said they expect the authorities of the state to show sensitivity to concerns. It's necessary, it's evident the High Court is going to also think of striking the balance. But sir, the stray dog menace in India reached an epidemic level. In 2024, there were 37 lakh cases of dog bites reported across the country. States like Andhra Pradesh, Punjab, Kerala have seen a spike in dog bite cases over the years. While it's right for animal lovers to claim stray dogs as a community's responsibility, with an estimated population of 7 crores, stray dogs have made it impossible for children, elderly, pedestrians, disabled to fearlessly walk on the streets.
I perfectly agree with you. But India is the only country where do we have law for everything. But on the ground, these laws are not implemented, rules are not implemented. To curb this menace only, these animal birth control rules have been promulgated, but it has not been implemented by the state agencies. Over a period of time, it has been mentioned in this ABC, animal birth control rules, that not only stray dogs, all the community animals who are roaming around on the street, they will be sterilized. This is the only way to control their population, and they will be vaccinated, and designated feeding point has to be provided by the civic agencies so that they can be fed over there. We cannot simply kill them.
I just want to show our viewers, sir, I'm just interrupting you because this has just come in, that a 53-year-old woman was arrested on Monday after her pet dog allegedly attacked a resident of a high-rise society in Greater Noida West. As I was telling you, the woman to fall from a first-floor walkway. The 37-year-old victim sustained a serious spinal fracture in the incident, and my colleague filed a ground report from the society. Watch on.
Dog bites in Noida society as well as in the entire nation has become a big menace, and the people in the societies are constantly reaching out to the authorities, but they at this point in time complain that they have not received any such law or policy that can help them eventually from these dog attacks, whether it is a pet dog or it's a street dog. The society people in the national capital and surrounding areas like Noida and Ghaziabad are suffering. Recently, back in the month of May, in Supertech Eco Village 1, where I'm currently reporting from, one woman suffered spinal injury as an indie breed dog had attacked her. She fell down from a railing nearing to a first floor, and that affected her forever because she is suffering from a very serious spinal injury.
All right, we're also getting more details right now, viewers. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has said her party will oppose the Election Commission's special intensive revision of electoral rolls tooth and nail if it's carried out in the TMC-ruled state where assembly elections are scheduled next year. The TMC chief alleged the BJP has plans to remove names from Bengal's voter list, and she further stated that she respects the Election Commission, but if someone does dalali of BJP, she will object, and they have removed 30 lakh voters from Bihar, and that's how BJP won in Maharashtra.
तो इलेक्शन कमीशन बैठे हैं, मैं उसको डिसरेस्पेक्ट नहीं करते हैं, लेकिन अगर कोई बीजेपी दलाली करे तो हम उसको इंसान के लिए हम कहेंगे दलाली मत करना, हम नहीं छोड़ेंगे। मैं बिहार में सुना 30.5 लाख वोट निकाल दिया, ऐसा करके महाराष्ट्र में बीजेपी जीता, नहीं तो नहीं जीतता। दिल्ली में भी ऐसा करके जीता, बिहार में भी ऐसा प्लान कर रहा है, वो भी हमारा भाई बहन है। बंगाल में भी प्लान करना है, हम तो इंच में लड़ाई करेंगे और दिखा देंगे बिना युद्धे 1 इंची जमियो আমরা ছাড়বো না।
Let's take a look at what's making headlines across the nation.
In Balrampur land jihad case, Republic accesses explosive details from sources. Changur and Nasreen targeted poor, helpless and even dead landowners. Forged documents and fake witnesses, now the full racket stands exposed. Hawala money from Tamil Nadu and abroad used to grab land, sold later to turn black money into white. Sources say ADM, inspector and 2 COs are under scanner. Evidence of support and silence has also been found. ATS sources reveal a radical agenda. Ghazwa-e-Hind, Changur used fear, money and superstition to brainwash victims. Religious conversion racket tied to land jihad, women converted, married off, videos recorded and stored. Changur received funds from Dubai, ran multiple bank accounts, invested in property to launder money. Over 20 properties under different names. Avoided social media but built a strong local influence. Changur and Nasreen's remand ends today with a big action, likely soon.
Let's take a look at what's making headlines across the nation.
Bharat 1 Minute brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan has spoken on the success of Operation Sindur. He stated Operation Sindur has shown us why indigenously developed counter-UAS systems built for our terrain are crucial. Security forces have neutralized the sub-zonal Maoist terror commander Kanwar Manji. He was neutralized during an exchange of fire that took place around 6:30 a.m. today in the forest area in Bokaro district of Jharkhand. AK-47 was recovered. BJD workers on Wednesday detained due to its protest over the death of Balasur student who resorted to self-immolation on inaction by college authorities over a sexual harassment complaint. The anger is raging over the Balasur self-immolation horror. The BJD cadres have the streets in Bhubaneswar outside Vidhan Sabha, followed by the massive face-off with the police officials.
The streets of Bhubaneswar in Odisha witnessed massive protest over the Balasur self-immolation case. Biju Janata Dal hit the streets in staged protest outside the assembly. Odisha police resorted to water cannons to disperse the agitated BJD cadres. Apart from protesting outside Vidhan Sabha, the Biju Janata Dal also observed a Balasur Bandh in protest over the student's death by self-immolation.
आज बीजेडी रास्ते पे आ चुका है। बालासर में आज पूरे बीजेडी सुबह 6 बजे से दोपहर 2 बजे तक पूरा बालासर को बंद किया गया है। बालासर में स्ट्राइक किया गया है। रास्ते के अंदर टायर जलाकर वो विक्षोभ प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं। और वैसे ही भुवनेश्वर में है, आज जब भुवनेश्वर में भी बीजू जनता दल रास्ते के अंदर प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं। ये अभी एक ऐसा मामला है कि जैसे अभी विरोधी पूरे ये मामला को गंभीर के रूप में ले रहे हैं और वो राजनीतिक की हलचल अभी पूरा उड़ीसा में एक बिगड़ चुका है। वो विरोधी अभी पूरे आरोप सरकार के ऊपर लगा रहे हैं। आखिरकार कैसे हुआ ये घटना, इसको क्यों सरकार इसको गंभीरता के साथ नहीं लिया था।
The public outcry followed the 20-year-old student succumbing to her injuries after self-immolation attempt on Monday. She set herself on fire on campus at the Fakir Mohan College. It was due to inaction from principal and internal committee on sexual harassment allegation filed against the professor. The woman sustained 90% burn injuries and died at AIIMS Bhubaneswar on Monday night. Her father has claimed that repeated complaints of sexual harassment went unaddressed by the principal and college authorities, following which she took a drastic step.
And there's breaking news coming in. The Israeli military has said it attacked the entrance of the Syrian military headquarters in the capital of Damascus. The strike comes as clashes continued in the southern Syrian city of Sueda. The strikes happened as the ceasefire between government forces and Druze armed groups collapsed. And Israel strikes in the Syrian military headquarters is the story in Damascus. This is what we are breaking right now. We're getting you more details about this big breaking news that's coming in. The big breaking news that that Israeli strikes hit Syrian regime's military headquarters in Damascus. We're also being told and given details about this. This is not the first strike. The Israeli strike also hit the defense ministry in the capital. And coming up after a short break, we're going to get you more details. Strain in BJP AIADMK alliance. EPS says alliance with BJP is only for the 2026 assembly polls. After Congress MLA son car rams into police constable, MLA mother defends the son, cries police and political vendetta.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना,
इंडिया सोना. The execution of Indian nurse Nimisha Priya, scheduled to be carried out on July 16, 2025 in Yemen, has been postponed. It was only after the intervention of India's Grand Mufti and Sunni leader, Kantapuram AP Abu Bakr Musliar, officially known as Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad, that Yemen government has ordered the postponement of Nimisha Priya's execution, an order that Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad shared on social media. Nimisha Priya has been on death row since 2018 for the murder of a business partner in 2017. The murder reportedly had made a deep emotional impact not only on the family of Mahdi but also among the community at Dhanmar in Yemen. The family has not agreed to pardon her and neither have they accepted blood money. All hopes were lost for Nimisha Priya. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad intervened. He reached out to the brother of the victim. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad is the 10th Grand Mufti of India and the first Shafi scholar from South India.
Amity has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो, मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
The execution of Indian nurse Nimisha Priya, scheduled to be carried out on July 16, 2025 in Yemen, has been postponed. It was only after the intervention of India's Grand Mufti and Sunni leader, Kantapuram AP Abu Bakr Musliar, officially known as Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad, that Yemen government has ordered the postponement of Nimisha Priya's execution, an order that Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad shared on social media. Nimisha Priya has been on death row since 2018 for the murder of a business partner in 2017. The murder reportedly had made a deep emotional impact not only on the family of Mahdi but also among the community at Dhanmar in Yemen. The family has not agreed to pardon her and neither have they accepted blood money. All hopes were lost for Nimisha Priya. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad in
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Thank you for joining us on This Is Exclusive. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a story that's caught everyone's eye across India. A Russian woman with her two daughters living in a cave in Gokarna in Karnataka. Her visa expired several years ago, according to reports, and she will have to be deported to Russia. But how long did she live in the cave, and how did they survive inside a cave? A Russian woman and her two daughters. A big exclusive on the show as I speak to the husband of Nina Kutina, a Russian 40-year-old woman. Her Israeli husband is joining us live on the show. Here are the headlines this evening. Russian woman with two kids found living in a cave for years, taken into custody now. She embraced Hinduism, living in the wild. Full story on Republic. The Israeli husband of the Russian cave family rushes to India to meet his family, says they've been separated for years. Chhatra League workers allegedly storm National Citizen Party rally in Gopalganj. Police officers injured in arson violence. Republic accesses the Juvenile Justice Board order on the fatal Pune Porsche car crash which led to 2 deaths. The board calls the crime serious but not heinous. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a story that sounds straight out of a survival novel. A 40-year-old Russian woman, her name is Nina Kutina, with two young daughters inside a cave deep in the forests of Gokarna in Karnataka. But this isn't fiction. She had been living in complete isolation inside a natural cave for several weeks and months, accompanied by just her two young daughters, Priyas and Amma. The family had set up a modest space within a cave surrounded by dense forests, steep slopes. The unusual discovery made during a routine patrol by a policeman in Karnataka who were monitoring the area for any possible landslides. That's when they stumbled upon the cave family. Here's their story.
40-year-old Nina Kutina from Russia was found in a cave by a police team during a routine safety patrol. Kutina and her daughters, aged 4 and 6 years, were found on the 11th of July, living in a secluded cave nestled among the dense forests and rugged terrain for 2 weeks. When found, she said that she overstayed her business visa in India because of several complicated reasons.
We have big experience to stay in natural, in jungle, and we was not dying, and I was not bring my my daughters to dying in jungle. They was not feel bad. They was very happy. They was swim in waterfall. They was have very good place for sleeping. A lot of lessons with art making. We make from clay. We painting.
Haunted by personal losses, she turned inward. She says she delivered all her children without doctors, relying on knowledge, instinct, and solitude. Today, their family is in government care. But Kutina says the conditions are starkly different. Uncomfortable, dirty, and lacking the peace they once had in the wild. Authorities are now investigating her immigration status. Kutina's next steps and the fate of her daughters remain uncertain as the legal process unfolds.
Beena, from the Indian legal perspective, I've been reading that she will have to find her way back, right? I don't know what the Indian government can do. What is the way forward if she were to be a very, very special guest on the show? The story that you just saw now of Nina Kutina with her 2 children living in a cave. I have her husband, Diror Goldstein, joining me on This Is Exclusive this evening. Diror, good evening.
Good evening.
Diror, you're an Israeli citizen, am I correct?
Yes.
So, for how long have you been linked or attached or married to Nina Kutina?
We met, it was 2017. It was in Goa. She was in Goa when I arrived. It was my first time in India. And yeah, we got very close together. I met her together with her 2 boys. And I rented a house for us and we lived 7 months. That was you can say our first time together.
Okay. And when was the last time you saw her, Diror?
Last time I saw Nina was before I left to Israel. It was March 2025.
This year?
Yeah.
And where did you meet her last?
I met her in Gokarna.
Gokarna.
Main beach, yeah.
Right. And that is where she was found in a cave. So when you met her, was she already living with the children in a cave or was she living elsewhere?
So we met on the beach, but she didn't want to share exactly where she lives. When I arrived, I found her there because people told me she's staying close to the main beach. And I spent a few days close to them. And then I left back to Goa.
Okay. So you met her briefly is what I understand, right? For some time.
What was the question?
You met her for a very brief period, for some time, very short time.
Yes. Like nowadays, our connection is not that good. And it's hard for me to come. And it's not very easy to be together with my daughters the last year.
Yeah. And so you went back to Israel and you heard about the story and you rushed back.
Actually, I came back before the story began.
Right.
I had the flight because I want to be here. I want to be also close to Nina's son, who was staying with me. So I actually had the flight ticket for last month. And then the war started in Israel and my flight got cancelled. And the moment I could book a new flight, I booked it and it was last week. So I arrived on the 7th of July. And 2-3 days after, I saw this report. And I immediately booked a flight to Bangalore to try and, first of all, meet them and then try my best to take care of the situation.
So from what I understand, her son lives with you and...
So, yeah, like he was living with me for a few months.
Okay.
Last season.
Okay.
I could say.
And the two daughters are now with her?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what do you know about the circumstances why she began living in a cave? Is that because her visa expired? Is that what you understand?
So, first of all, she loves living in the nature. Like, I understand there's a lot of really good things for us. If it's fresh air and good water and, serenity and quiet. Like we did have for the first time a disconnection money-wise, because I kept sending money from the moment we had our first daughter. Before that, we also lived together, so I took care of everyone. But since more than 6 years, I've been sending money and took care of Nina and all her kids. And just a few months ago, because it was, she made it very hard for me to get in touch with my daughters. I told her I will stop sending the money unless I can be close to my daughters. And she said no. Then I stopped sending the money, and maybe this is also the reason why she started living outside. But I don't think it's the main reason.
Okay. And did you know that her visa had expired? Were you aware of that?
I was aware that at the end of 2004, she needs to renew the visa.
Right. Now, a lot of people are, fascinated by how the family, your family, lived inside the cave. I saw the first video a few minutes back, where I don't know how she found that cave, first of all, and I'll play the visual of the cave in just a few seconds. It seems like she has also said that there was a spiritual awakening, and it appears like she has embraced Hinduism. And inside the cave, as you're entering, there are gods and the pictures of gods. It's a very, very endearing sight to see how in a cave where there are 3 or 4 trenches, 3 or 4 portions in the cave, very cutely done up for her kids, for her daughters to live there. You had no idea about any of this.
I had no idea about the cave, but first time I met Nina, she was living in the jungle. And I know how well she treats the space and how she makes every place a home, and how beautiful she also takes care of the children.
As per the law, we need to hide and conceal their identities, right, in India. So I'm trying to do that so that we don't show the faces of your daughters, to respect your privacy as well. But tell us a little bit more about them. They seem to be very happy living in the wild, in a cave with your wife.
Yes, they are like, they're really artistic. They really love painting, singing. They love swimming. They are great swimmers, because also when they were in Goa, we were going swimming all the time. We were close to a lake. And they're very connected to nature. It's like by birth. Like they spend a lot of time from all their childhood just very close to nature.
What happens now? From a legal perspective, I believe your advocate is also there, Beena Pillai. I'd like to also bring her in. From a legal perspective, I'd like to hear from the both of you. You can start, and then maybe Beena can take it from there. How do you plan to take this legally? Because see, as per the law, she doesn't have a visa. She will have to be sent back to her country. She will have to be deported, right? How do you now plan? I understand you're separated. Is that correct? Is my understanding correct, Deror? You're separated from her?
Yes.
Okay. So legally, what is the way forward for you?
So, my main, the thing I want the most is to be close to my daughters. And for that, I really need to make, can you say, like a shared custody like not to take the girls from their mom, but to be with them as well, to be with them a nice part of the time, to be close to them. And if they will be now deported, it can be very hard to make that. They might disappear, and I will not be able to see them for a lot of years. That's my biggest fear now.
Yeah. Beena, from the Indian legal perspective, I've been reading that she will have to find her way back, right? I don't know what the Indian government can do. What is the way forward if she were to be deported? How does that happen? And how are you fighting that?
See, the immediate deportation, when it comes to that, that is where we have disagreement. You know, he was the one who was taking care of them, as he said, from 2017 onwards, the entire family, including Nina's 2 children, the boys, he was taking care of them. Every month he was sending around $4,000 to the children. And Nina is not working. You know, when it comes to the custody of the children, the domicile, of course, for those children are in India. They were in India for the past 5.5 years or 6 years, you know, when it comes to the children. So the jurisdiction, even if we consider the international law, when it comes to custody, the place of residence is the jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So in that perspective, of course, Indian courts have the proper jurisdiction to consider the custody of the children. What I understood from Tiror is that he wanted to ensure the safety of the children. He wanted to, ensure that the children are interacted with the public and they should get the proper education. That is the 3 things he has informed me. I'm also working, towards that.
So he wants... Tiror wants the children to remain in India. Is that correct?
I want the children to stay close where I am.
Okay.
I can go also to other countries, but I want to make sure that I know where they are and I can always get close to them.
Got it.
And take care of them.
She has 4 children, 2 boys from earlier, and 2 girls with you, and she stopped taking the money, or rather, you stopped sending the money. I'm just wondering how did she manage living in a cave? How did she cook? How did she feed the children? Very interesting questions, because I didn't see too many vessels inside. I don't know, did she cook? How did she survive with the children?
So I did, when I met her in Gokarna, I gave her a new card and I started sending money again. It was less money than before, but enough money for everything they need. And how I know Nina, she can settle for a lot less. She can cook from the fire. She has a lot of, practice in that, in living outdoors.
Sorry to interrupt. In fact, she has his card. And he stopped it for 2-3 months, right?
Yeah.
Not for more than that. From 2017 to 2024, he was paying money, as well as he was filling the card. That is what he said.
Okay.
And for 2-3 months, he might have stopped it. After that, he has given filled the card again.
Yeah.
So that way, I don't think that there was any problem. And the money which he was giving to her, I think $4,000 per month is a big amount. Even they have taken a house in Goa where he was paying around 90,000 or 85,000 or something towards the rent.
Okay.
So all the comfort he has given to them, only worry in the sense, she left in 2024 December to Gokarna. So immediately he filed a missing complaint in the police station when he is not find out the children. So those complaints are with me. I can also share if you want. So, after that, he came to know from one of his friends that the children are in Gokarna. That is why he went to Gokarna.
Okay. Right. My last question to you, Tiror. Now, there are reports that her visa expired a long time ago and she left and she came back via Nepal. What do you know about her re-entry into India?
As I understand, she had visa, like a valid visa, until August 2024.
Okay. Okay. So that's your understanding.
Yes.
Right. How are the children being treated there? I believe that they are at a women and childcare center. Are they being treated too well?
I don't know. I wish I knew more about how they are doing.
Okay.
In fact, he tried to, meet the children through FRRO, but he couldn't meet them. He didn't get a permission. He couldn't meet the children.
Okay. Very interesting. In fact, a lot of people are fascinated, surprised. It's such a human story that all of us are following. And we wish you all the best, Diror, in your attempt to... I know that you're trying to see the children and as much as you can. They're equally
Yes.
both yours and hers. And I wish you all the best in your legal battles to Bina and you. Thank you for speaking to Republic TV this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Moving on to some news coming in from Bangladesh, where we've received some pictures. Some pictures have come into our newsroom of the violence, the rioting that has begun in Bangladesh. Once again, these are pictures coming in from Gopalganj in Bangladesh, where a series of violent incidents were reported. Today, through the day, this is surrounding the month-long central program, which was called July March of the National Citizens Party, a party in Bangladesh. This was orchestrated by activists of a banned organization called the Chhatra League. And from this morning to this evening, several parts of Gopalganj in Bangladesh witnessed arson on the police, attacks on the police, and also vehicles of the Yunus government. These are pictures that the Yunus government tries to hide. There were reports of cocktail explosions, vandalism at this particular venue. At 12:45 this afternoon, some members of the Chhatra League also entered the rally venue in Gopalganj with a procession, chanting slogans and storming the stage. Eyewitnesses also reporting that they tore down banners and posters and vandalized chairs. Some more details coming in that during the attack, some cocktail explosions, some Molotovs were also hurled, several people injured. And these were activists and members of a group that was called APBN in Bangladesh. Activists fled the venue, but later returned after additional police were deployed. And this was early this morning. Pictures that came in from Bangladesh. We'll take a short break now as we get you the details. Forces were mobilized in Gopalganj after arson rioting reported through the day today. Keeping a close track on the situation in Bangladesh and much more. 3 big debates coming up tonight, starting 8 p.m. Stay tuned.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। Sarah, this is your space. Slay it your way.
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
भारत की अपनी दुकान इंडिया सोना,
अपने देश का सामान इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना,
India Zona. The execution of Indian nurse Nimisha Priya, scheduled to be carried out on July 16, 2025 in Yemen, has been postponed. It was only after the intervention of India's Grand Mufti and Sunni leader, Kantapuram AP Abu Bakr Musliar, officially known as Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad, that Yemen government has ordered the postponement of Nimisha Priya's execution, an order that Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad shared on social media. Nimisha Priya has been on death row since 2018 for the murder of a business partner in 2017. The murder reportedly had made a deep emotional impact not only on the family of Mahdi but also among the community at Dhanmar in Yemen. The family has not agreed to pardon her and neither have they accepted blood money. All hopes were lost for Nimisha Priya. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad intervened. He reached out to the brother of the victim. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad is the 10th Grand Mufti of India and the first Shafi scholar from South India. He is recognized as one of the 500 influential Muslims worldwide by the 500 Influential Muslim magazine published in Jordan. He is also the General Secretary of the All India Islamic Scholars Association. Over 20,000 religious scholars have graduated under his supervision and he is known as a scholar and peace promoter. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad.
The reason we've launched the Nationalist Collective is because we believe it is time now for a group of ideologically driven Indians to drive the destiny of our country. For far too long, people who have had interests inimical to national interest have held sway. We need to put nationalism first, nation first. The Nationalist Collective is a very clear and sharp movement, presents the spirit of a new India which stands by what is right, does what is right, and raises its voice for what is right. Remember, this country is safe only if it is in the hands of nationalists. This country will grow only if nation first becomes our principal motto, where the only ism that matters is nationalism. Join the Nationalist Collective. It is going to be the largest non-political movement in this country.
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
The execution of Indian nurse Nimisha Priya, scheduled to be carried out on July 16, 2025 in Yemen, has been postponed. It was only after the intervention of India's Grand Mufti and Sunni leader, Kantapuram AP Abu Bakr Musliar, officially known as Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad, that Yemen government has ordered the postponement of Nimisha Priya's execution, an order that Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad shared on social media. Nimisha Priya has been on death row since 2018 for the murder of a business partner in 2017. The murder reportedly had made a deep emotional impact not only on the family of Mahdi but also among the community at Dhanmar in Yemen. The family has not agreed to pardon her and neither have they accepted blood money. All hopes were lost for Nimisha Priya. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad intervened. He reached out to the brother of the victim. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad is the 10th Grand Mufti of India and the first Shafi scholar from South India. He is recognized as one of the 500 influential Muslims worldwide by the 500 Influential Muslim magazine published in Jordan. He is also the General Secretary of the All India Islamic Scholars Association. Over 20,000 religious scholars have graduated under his supervision and he is known as a scholar and peace promoter. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad made the intervention after an appeal by a few politicians. He reportedly reached out to the brother of the victim through prominent Yemeni Islamic scholar Habib Omar bin Hafiz in a last-ditch effort to seek a reprieve for Nimisha. Sheikh Habib Omar bin Hafiz is a much-respected scholar who is a member of the Yemen Shura Council and a follower of the Sufi order. He entrusted his brother's son, Habib Abdurrahman Ali Mashur, to initiate talks with Mahdi's family. Although the family of the victim has not agreed to a pardon, all hope is not lost for Nimisha Priya.
നമുക്ക് ആലോചിക്കുകയും പ്രവർത്തിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യാമല്ലോ. തെറ്റ് ചെയ്തവരെ ശിക്ഷിക്കുകയോ ശിക്ഷിക്കാതിരിക്കുകയോ അതൊന്നും നമ്മുടെ അധീനത്തിൽപ്പെട്ടത് അല്ല. മറിച്ച്
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
From your smart screens to your smart television, the trending stories are always breaking the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, on this edition of Trending, it looks like we're going to get you how the Prada team is on a damage control mode. Turns out the team visited Kolhapuri craftsmen in India, hinting at a possible collaboration. Netizens, but they seem to be divided now. Is it a PR move or will it actually be beneficial for the artisan? Do they really genuinely want to help them out? All right, we're also going to cover the NCRT revision saga, which has got everyone talking. Not just that, viewers, the stray dog menace is on the rise across the country. On the other side of the world, there is a new turn in the Epstein saga, and we'll get you all the details. Last but not least, in the world of entertainment, Beyonce finds herself in hot soup now. Turns out that her unreleased track has been stolen. All that and more on this edition of Trending with me, Rakshita. Now, viewers, a global luxury fashion brand Prada seems to be in a damage control mode. Remember, viewers, we got you the story how Prada recently faced criticism after showcasing Kolhapuri-style slippers at the Milan Fashion Week without acknowledging their origins. Netizens were outraged. They even called it cultural appropriation and that it was nothing to be proud of. And now, viewers, in a last-ditch effort to save face, a 4-member team from the Italian luxury fashion brand spent time with Kolhapuri chappal craftsmen in Kolhapur of Maharashtra. They say it was to understand the nuances of their pursuit. They visited their homes from where many are known to operate their businesses, followed by factories in an industrial belt. Now, this comes after last week's development where in a first video conference with Prada's representatives, officials from Maharashtra Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture suggested recognition of the Kolhapuri brand through a Made in India collection, partnering with local artisans, a move that Prada has agreed to. Now, it's safe to say, viewers, that some netizens are just not buying this. They are calling it a marketing move. They are saying that they are just acting nice by visiting the artisans. However, the internet seems to be divided. The other half says that this potential collaboration could be a blessing in disguise after all. They are even saying, and I quote, Kolhapuri artisans owe these platforms now with an assured revival of their art, unquote. And viewers, shifting focus now. The question is right now on the story, is history being rewritten or just retold, reframing? NCERT's Class 8 history textbook actually have been revised to include chapters on the brutality of Delhi rulers and Mughal intolerance. But it also adds a disclaimer there, noting that the content is based on historical sources and interpretation. It's not demonizing anybody. The move now has triggered a wave of reactions. The historical figures who were once described as tolerant are now updated. Now they're described in a negative manner. Babur is now referred to as a cruel conqueror. Akbar portrayed as a mixture of tolerance and cruelty. And Aurangzeb is noted for demolishing temples and gurudwaras during his rule. So it sparked multiple debates, mostly being positive. And people have asked for the removal, the Mughal content for them being too barbaric. Netizens say, and I quote, "It's good, I appreciate this." Okay, so there are multiple reactions that have come in. Many have rejected the move as well, some even calling the Mughals secular. And I have with me senior historian Sachidanand Joshi joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Joshi, thank you so much for joining us on Republic TV. History has been filtered for the longest time. While we do discuss in news channels about, there have been so many instances when history has been talked about, from jizya to conversions to demolishing of temples. Everything comes to the fore when we cover such cases. But this was never a part of at least my school syllabus. And now we are seeing that things are changing. And now the history, the untold history, is also being included. Many political parties are asking for practicing caution, while there are parties who are also welcoming it. So as an historian, how do you see this development? How significant is it?
You see, this is an important development because, as you rightly said, that we have never studied this history in our school days. But there is a time to study the right history, the correct history, the factual history. When we see the temples broken, when we see the statues, sculptures beheaded, and when the children ask who has done this, we don't have an answer to this. We need to come to the correct point, the right perspective of history. We are not abusing, nobody is abusing anyone, but whatever somebody has done in the past needs to be told correctly to the students. This is very important and pertinent. I also feel that there should not be any hue and cry about the facts being said in the history textbooks, because we are not accusing anyone who is present. It is the past has gone, but we need to understand what all has happened in the past, and that is why the books are being written like this. That's my viewpoint. Yeah.
But so how important does it become? Because I know that there will be people, and there are people who will say that, why is the centre, or those behind this, busy rewriting this, or rather redrafting history. Many, as you said, that there are several insinuations made. But how important is it for the students to understand the truth in contemporary, in modern times?
Yeah, it's not the question of redrafting the history. Nobody is redrafting. It is the matter of putting the facts in the right perspective clearly. That is very important. You see, when somebody asks about jizya, we need to tell them what exactly jizya was, and onto whom it was imposed, who were the sufferers, and why they suffered, and how it was imposed, how it was forcibly imposed on people on certain castes, following certain religions. We also need to understand how women, how children were slaughtered, how they were brutally murdered. We are also supposed to tell that how in different regimes people have really acted inhumanly on people belonging to certain religion. For instance, when we talk about Aurangzeb, who can forget that Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur ji sacrificed his life, and not only Guru Tegh Bahadur ji, but along with him Bhai Mati Das, Bhai Sati Das, and Bhai Dayala, and they were brutally murdered, like inhumanly murdered. So who will understand about all these things? Or the martyrdom of Sahibzades, the Sahibzade Ajit Singh, Sahibzade Zorawar Singh ji, they lost their lives in the Battle of Sirhind.
Right,
but
sir.
what about Sahibzade Zorawar Singh or Sahibzade Fateh Singh, who were brutally murdered? So all these things need to be understood. And it's not the fact that children are not exposed to other source of knowledge. They are exposed to several things which are telling the real part of history. So there will be a conflict that the child is learning something through other sources, like from, for instance, internet or from other books which they are reading. But in their textbook, we are telling them something else which is not pertinent. That is my my submission.
Joshi ji, thanks so much for joining us on Republic TV with your thoughts on that. Now we shift our focus to the other stories, other trends that are running hot on social media today. Group captain Shubhanshu Shukla shared a heartwarming post on Instagram, and I quote the caption: "Space flight is amazing, but seeing your loved ones after a long time is equally amazing. It has been 2 months since I entered quarantine. During the quarantine family visits, we had to be 8 meters apart." So those are the visuals, viewers, of the heartwarming reunion. Shubhanshu Shukla with his son and his wife Kamna Shukla after he made the successful splashdown yesterday in the Pacific. Now, singer Beyonce's vault has just got raided. And no, this isn't part of a surprise drop. Unreleased tracks by Queen Bee were reportedly stolen in a shocking music heist. Hard drives containing Beyonce's unreleased music and several other items were stolen from a car that had been rented by her choreographer during a Cowboy Carter tour stop in Atlanta last week. A bolt of lightning dramatically struck the World Trade Center as a massive storm swept through New York City. Flash flood warnings have been issued across Staten Island, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, and Westchester. Now, roads are swamped, subways struggling. The alerts are expected to stay in place till at least 9:45 p.m. A torrential downpour had caused flash floods across the tri-state area, crippling travel by air and rail. Dramatic footage captured water pouring onto the subway platforms and in New York, leaving thousands stranded. Airports saw dozens of flight cancellations and delays, and netizens say this is Mumbai during monsoons. In northern New Jersey, rainfall was so extreme that a state of emergency had to be declared. Donald Trump is back with some unsolicited advice, only this time for Ukraine. The former US president said Ukraine should not target Moscow, hinting it could escalate the war beyond repair. His comments come just as Kiev ramps up long-range strikes deep into Russian territory. Trump's tone was cautionary, but critics say it sounds more like a soft spot for the Kremlin. He also threw in a veiled threat, suggesting US support might not last forever. Meanwhile, Zelensky has not responded, but Twitter sure has. As usual, Trump stirred the pot. The headlines followed.
The tariffs are going to go on and other sanctions go on. We shouldn't target Moscow. The tariffs are going to go on and other sanctions go on. We shouldn't target Moscow. The tariffs are going to go on and other...
Donald Trump's mic drop moments continue, this time with a side of sarcasm. At a recent press interaction, Trump jokingly asked a reporter, and I quote, "Are you a citizen? If yes, then you'll be getting a lot of money," after being quizzed on immigration. Now, the comments sparked awkward laughter in the room and instant reactions online. Critics call it flippant, while supporters brushed it off as classic Trump humor. Donald Trump just stirred another controversy. He claimed that FIFA gifted him the real Club World Cup trophy, and not temporarily, but forever. In a classic Trump style, he says that it now lives in the Oval Office, right next to world diplomacy and Diet Coke. Social media could not decide if it was satire, sarcasm, or straight-up delusion. FIFA has not officially responded yet, and no one's sure if the trophy was a replica or the real deal. Donald Trump now, as per his claim, World Cup winner and least in his own universe. He just displayed this FIFA Club World Cup trophy, winner's medal, claiming it was gifted to him. He even showed off the actual trophy as he scored the final goal himself. Now, James Gunn's upcoming Superman film has sparked a 500% spike in dog adoptions across the US. Viewers saw the loyal super pup in the trailer and instantly wanted a real-life furry friend. Shelters say families are specifically asking for crypto-like dogs. Social media is flooded with photos of adopted pups wearing capes. Gunn has not commented, but animal shelters are calling it the crypto effect. Anand Mahindra just rolled out the red carpet with a twist. Reacting to news of Tesla's India entry, the Mahindra boss tweeted a cheeky message to Elon Musk, "See you at the charging station." Now, the internet loved the power play, calling it the most polite corporate showdown ever. And now, viewers, a major cultural flashpoint unfolded as the Satyajit Ray's ancestral home in Myanmar Singh of Bangladesh was demolished, sparking outrage. The property, originally belonging to Ray's grandfather and Bengal Renaissance figure Upendra Kishore Ray Chaudhary, had been abandoned since 2014. Now, this follows the vandalizing of Rabindranath Tagore's ancestral home a month prior. India has officially expressed profound regret and offered technical and financial assistance to Bangladesh to reconstruct the site as a museum or heritage center. Kiara Advani and Siddharth Malhotra became parents for the first time, welcoming a baby girl. On the 16th of July, the couple confirmed the news via Instagram with a note and a pastel pink announcement card featuring balloons and stars. They wrote, and I quote, "Our hearts are full and our world forever changed. We are blessed with a baby girl, Kiara and Siddharth." Singer Selena Gomez and fiancé Benny Blanco will soon be saying "I do" in California. The vows will be exchanged in an intimate ceremony with just families and friends. The bride and the groom are said to be officiated by podcaster friend Jay Shetty. Gomez will shine in white while the A-listers of music industry will be present. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte warned from Brazil, China and India that they could be hit very hard by secondary sanctions if they continue to do business with Russia. Now, Rutte made the comment after meeting Trump and threatened biting secondary tariffs on 100% on the buyers of Russian export unless there is a peace deal in 50 days. So he basically had threatened BRICS, that includes India, says if you're living in New Delhi or in Beijing, and he took the name of other places, BRIC members, saying that you would be hit very hard. And ladies and gentlemen, yet another case of dog menace, dog attack has emerged today, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. A 2-month-old infant was brutally mauled to death by a pack of stray dogs in Gujarat's Porbandar, sending shockwaves across the nation. In a concerning trend, India has recorded 22 lakh dog bite cases and 48 deaths from rabies in just 2024, raising alarm over the country's progress towards a rabies-free status. According to the NCRB data, 1.75 lakh dog bite cases were reported in 2024 alone. What's more distressing is that 20% of the victims are infants and children, with 5.19 lakh cases involving those under 15 years of age. The incident has sparked widespread public outrage, with netizens reacting strongly to the surge in cases. One user even called for a nationwide campaign to sterilize and vaccinate all street dogs. And viewers, the final trending story of this show now. Epstein file saga has taken yet another dramatic turn. This time, Senate Speaker Mike Johnson, a key presidential aide, has broken ranks with Donald Trump, voicing strong support for making the Epstein files public. He says that the current administration must embrace transparency and put all the lingering doubts to rest by releasing the documents. Epstein files viewers have already stirred political controversy, and Trump had previously dismissed the matter, calling it a waste of time. But with growing cracks within the MAGA camp, the pressure is mounting over Trump administration.
I don't understand it. Why they would be so interested. He's dead for a long time. He was never a big factor in terms of life. I don't understand what the interest or what the fascination is. I really don't. And the credible information's been given. Don't forget, we went through years of the Mueller witch hunt and all of the different things, the Steele dossier, which was all fake. All that information was fake. But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring.
Following the comment made by Speaker Johnson, many netizens quickly reacted to the comment by saying that watch what the Republicans do, as in how they vote, not what Republicans say on camera. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of What's Trending, viewers. And that's it from my side. Thank you so much for watching.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
MDH की देगी मिर्च, देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का। MDH की देगी मिर्च।
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना।
Indian hypersonic cruise missile. There is great news for the Indian people. India's DRDO has just perfected, just made an extended technology, long duration hypersonic cruise missile. Quite a mouthful, but it is going to be a fistful for our enemies, the enemies of this country. It is the ET LDHCM missile, okay, extended technology, long duration hypersonic cruise missile. Everybody knows about the BrahMos now. In Operation Sindur, the supersonic. BrahMos is supersonic. This new missile is hypersonic. And with this, India has entered a select league of countries like Russia, China, America, India. Even America is yet to perfect its cruise missile. India, even Iran, it is said, has these hypersonic cruise missiles, right? And they are unstoppable. In Ukraine, Russia, whenever Russia has fired the hypersonic cruise missile, no defense system, not the Patriot, nor the third American Patriot systems, Israeli very high level defense system have been able to stop hypersonic missiles. They are unstoppable. And therefore, India has entered a very select league. These missiles are, going to be very, very accurate. Why? We have demonstrated that. We have the Navik, the Indian constellation of 12 satellites which are up there, low Earth orbit satellites.
एक तो इलेक्शन कमीशन बैठे हैं, मैं उसको डिसरेस्पेक्ट नहीं करते हैं, लेकिन अगर कोई बीजेपी दलाली करे तो हम उसको इंसान के लिए हम कहेंगे दलाली मत करना.
Mamata warns Election Commission, says will oppose to the nail if EC calls for an electoral roll revision in Bengal. Strain in BJP AIADMK alliance. EPS says alliance with BJP is only for the 2026 assembly polls and there won't be a coalition government in Tamil Nadu after the elections. Republic accesses Juvenile Justice Board order on fatal Pune Porsche case which led to the death of 2 people. Board calls the crime serious but not heinous enough. Stray dog menace rising in India. A young girl attacked by stray dogs in Chitradurga, Karnataka. And after Congress MLA son car rams into police constable, MLA mother defends son, cries political vendetta.
Amity has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जलजीरा मसाला. सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जलजीरा सिप MDH का जलजीरा सिप. Play it your way. Sarah, this is your space. Slay it your way.
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल. ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े. क्या निराला MDH मसाला.
ग्रेजुटी का चेक है, बस इन पैसों को हम कहीं इन्वेस्ट कर दें और रेगुलर इनकम भी आती रहे.
तो फिर फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स में डाल दीजिए. फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स चुने हुए इंटरेस्ट बेरिंग कंपनी बॉन्ड, गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड और मनी मार्केट में पैसा डालते हैं और सिस्टमैटिक विड्रॉल प्लान के जरिए आपको ऑन द डॉट फिक्स्ड अमाउंट भी मिलती रहेगी.
म्यूचुअल फंड्स में फिक्स्ड इनकम वाली बात सही है.
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है. योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार. विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी.
Well, at the end of 50 days, if we don't have a deal, it's going to be too bad. Yeah, the tariffs are going to go on and other sanctions go on.
Donald Trump has defended his statement giving a 50-day ultimatum to Russia to end the war with Ukraine. Trump had earlier warned Russia of 100% tariffs if a deal wasn't struck with Ukraine.
And one of the reasons that you're here today is to hear that we are very unhappy, I am, with Russia. But we'll discuss that maybe a different day. But we're very, very unhappy with them, and we're going to be doing very severe tariffs if we don't have a deal in 50 days. Tariffs at about 100%. You'd call them secondary tariffs. You know what that means.
Russia did not take to Trump's warning kindly. Kremlin has called Trump's statement quite serious and that Putin will respond to it only if necessary.
Заявления президента США весьма серьезные. Что-то в них адресовано лично президенту Путину. Нам, безусловно, нужно время для анализа сказанного в Вашингтоне. И если и когда президент Путин посчитает необходимым, он это обязательно прокомментирует.
Nevertheless, Donald Trump has defended his statement and also revealed if he plans to send long-range weapons to Ukraine.
You've given Russia 50 days. What happens now? Do you talk to Vladimir Putin?
Well, at the end of 50 days, if we